Salman, guys. Yeah, I'm about to trigger a lot of people with this video. A lot of gents, a lot of gents are gonna get fucking butt hurt, with this video. I was at gym and I shouldn't be doing this, but we do this. I'm on social media. I tweeted yesterday, Uguti, if you are single, if you are in your 30s, and what else did I say? If you are single, you're in your 30s, and you are childless or something along those lines, get used to the idea of being a step parent. That's what I said. So if you're single, if you're in your 30s, you want to get into a relationship, you want to, you don't have a child, get used to the idea of being a step parent. Get used to it. I posted that, and obviously I took a screenshot, I posted it on my WhatsApp and then on Instagram as well. Bangena bantu. So yes, a lot of guys are going to get triggered, a lot of people are going to get hurt. A lot of my friends, because obviously I've got friends that I don't have similar views in everything, be it sport, be it life, be it whatever, But Amajita are fucking delusional. Including my boys. Delusional. The guys have been having too many red pills. They've been watching too much Andrew Tate, no Kevin Samuels. Amajita are fucking lost. Guys, first and foremost, the tweet had nothing to do with it being targeted at females or it being targeted at men. It didn't have anything to do with that. It was just saying, if you're in your 30s, just get used to the idea of it. I'm not saying you will become a stepdad. I'm not saying it's a must. I'm not saying you probably might not even become a parent of any sort. I don't know your future. What I'm trying to say is that get used to the idea of that. Get used to the idea. Instagram, machita. Yeah, no, not for guys. Guys, we still have our options. Not for guys. Good tweet. Not for guys. Guys still have our options. Not for guys. What do you mean not for guys? Why not for guys? Guys are living in this illusional world where for some reason, because they're watching these guys on social media or whatever platforms that talk about a high value man or that talk about whatever people bringing to the table, they start thinking, Guti, they're actually talking about them. They're not talking about you, bro. No. They're talking about themselves. They're talking about guys that are driving Ferraris. They're talking about guys who have yachts and private jets. They're not talking about you. You're not a high value nothing. You just a ndanga like me. Just a ndanga. Don't come through with your, what do you bring to the... Machita, what do you fucking bring to the table? What do you... think about it. You're a 35-year-old guy in South Africa. You're a 35-year-old guy. Let's just say you are middle class. So in this country, to be in the top, I think 20% financially, you need to be earning over 20,000 Rand cross. It's a very, very low amount compared to what social media is teaching us that every person must earn billions of rands a day. The reality is that in this country, we have an unemployment rate of 31%. And if you're a Black South African, the unemployment rate is 40% for Black South Africa. Again, so that means 60% of brothers and sisters are unemployed, So the average South African man is earning what? The average South African man. The average South African man is probably earning like 2,000. If you do the maths, if you look statistically, based on the numbers of people that are unemployed, of that people that are unemployed, what is the bottom 10% earning? What is the middle earning? I know for you to be in the lower 60%, you need to earn the lower 50%. You need to earn less than 6,500 Rand, if I'm not mistaken. So again, it just tells us, Uguti, if you want to be top 20% in this country financially as a black man, you need to be earning 20K. All right, sure. A lot of the guys who are on social media, on Twitter, on this, on that, tweeting all day about bringing to the table are gents that are earning, middle class guys that are earning 30K. You're earning 30K a month. You're 35 years old. You're making 30K a month. You have the audacity to go to a 28-year-old sister who's earning 25,000 Rand. You're 35, earning 30K. She's 28, earning 25K. Let's just assume. And then you ask her what she's bringing to the table. She stays in a one-bedroom flat by herself. She has her own car. She has her own medical aid. She can get dick whenever she wants dick. She can get free bottles from niggas all day in the club. There's 100 things that she can get. What the fuck are you bringing to the table? What is it that you are there to offer her of this crazy value, high value man that is I literally read so many comments and guys in my DMs. Who Instagram yota? Bro, Ndanga. Like every bro, come on. You know. I'm not trying to dog on you at all, but we ask Guti right now, you are netting 25K after your deductions. You left monthly lucky with 8K. Really? Well, humble yourself with the type of woman that you are trying to tell how to move. Humble yourself at a point, bro. We have to. In myself included. I have to humble myself at a point. Really, what are you bringing to the table? Who are you talking to? If you this guy that earns 30K a month and you're talking to a lady who is earning 5K, I guess, and has 3 babies by 3 different guys, okay, sharp, then maybe you can have that conversation with her. But if you are a middle class guy earning a middle class salary, talking to a middle class lady who's also earning a middle class salary, and you have the debt, what are you bringing to the table? And then guys that were saying, Wutsi, they have, as men get older, they have a choice of, they don't. Let me tell you something, they don't. If you go to any sister that's about, let's say, in her 20s, let's say 28, just as a number, and you say, sister, who's 28 years old, who's middle class, would you A, date an average middle class 30-year-old man, average middle class 30-year-old man who earns your exact salary, so that we don't, let's try and move the money thing away. You 28 sister, would you rather a 30-year-old who earns your exact salary or a 45-year-old man who earns your exact salary? Both of them are nice guys. Both of them have okay bodies. Both of them are okay looking, I guess, for their age. Would you A, date a 30-year-old guy who's childless or a 45-year-old guy who's childless? A 30-year-old man who's never been married before or a 45-year-old man who's never been married before? Financial success, staying consistent. Who would you rather be with? Hear what the sisters will tell you. Because you've got this illusion that these 25-year-old girls just go Google Gaga over 50-year-olds. They go Google Gaga. No. Females are attracted to success. You know, so when we say females are hypergamous and only date across and above, we're talking about in the hierarchy of life and success. So yes, if you fat, ugly, old, if you got success, okay, sure, you've got options. No one is fighting you. I'm damn sure I ain't no fighting you, you know. But don't come to me and think because you're a guy, you've got a peel, that all of a sudden you've got all these options. No, you don't. You have fucking nothing. Unless you are bringing big bank, success, whatever brings you up social stature within the hierarchy, unless you have that, don't come and assume that your age automatically comes with any assets as a guy. Just because our sisters, where us guys use the physical attraction as a measure of what we find attractive. Therefore, a 50-year-old average 50-year-old woman doesn't physically look like the average 25-year-old woman. And because guys are visual beings and we're attracted to the physical more than anything else, we obviously understand that a lot of our sisters, in terms of the physical attributes, they start declining with age. But now a guy, unless your finances are increasing, don't just come with the whole age thing. Unless you are showing success, unless you are climbing the social ladder in whatever way, don't just assume that your age is an asset. Because with everything staying constant, sisters would prefer guys who are at their peak of their testosterone production. They prefer guys who are at their peak of their physical nature. They prefer those guys. They would obviously take an older, more successful man versus a younger loser. That goes without saying. But if you go to a 25-year-old lady and you say, would you rather a 30-year-old successful man that looks like this or a 50-year-old successful man that looks like this, they'll go to 30. Should the success be constant or consistent rather? Again, we either have this illusion when we listen to Andrew Tate saying you're the price. No, nigga, you who drives a Lambo is the price. Mina ngisakhomba ama-takes. Hey. To many women, I'm not the price. We saw this thing was trending where it was a joke on Twitter where a sister who sees a guy in a taxi looks at this guy as broke. That's how sisters look like. A sister in a taxi is not wanting to date a guy in a taxi. A sister in a taxi is looking for a guy who can take her out of the taxi and move it forward. And just because you're older doesn't mean that you're not sitting in the taxi. It's not just obvious that older guys now all drive Ferraris. No, I, in that tweet, took away the financial part of it. I took it away. I just said, as we get older, the idea of, get used to the idea of being a step parent. Get used to that, because the chances go higher. A 21-year-old guy, their pool of females, generally speaking, is very different looking than a 41-year-old guy who has the same, who's in a pool. Even if we look at successful people, even if I look at a successful young rapper, let's say, Nasty C. Nasty C at age whatever he is, let's say he's in his mid-20s, I don't know. His pool of women versus another successful man who might be Busta Rhymes is looking very different from an age point, from a what point. You know, once I started having kids, my pool of women who also have kids started opening bigger and bigger and bigger. We know this. We know that a guy who has no kids looks at a woman with kids very differently to a guy who has kids, and vice versa. You know, again, we understand that rules aren't the same for society. We know, guys, you know, if you see a 50-year-old man, think about this now, a 50-year-old man who has some relative success, whatever you deem success is subjective. If you see a 50-year-old man who is single, has never been married, has no kids, what goes through your brain? Be honest to yourself. If you see a 50-year-old man who you deem has relative success, but has never been married, is single, and has no kids, do you see that in a positive light? Or does society see it in a positive light? Do we go yay for that guy? As a greater society outside of just maybe you, does society say that's exciting? Does it? Be honest. Be fully honest. Is that 50-year-old man more attractive to a 28-year-old lady than a 30-year-old guy who's also relatively successful? We live in delusion, gents. We live in delusion. Once society sees you as high value, once they put you up on a pedestal and they move you up the hierarchy, then you start having options. Then you can start chatting around what people are bringing to the table. If you're just a talala like me, who's just from hand to mouth, just living from paycheck, 50 rand in the pocket, we don't have that arrogance of asking women what they bring to the table. At least the women that are on our level, you know. So if I'm earning 5K a month, maybe I can ask Usisi who's unemployed what she brings to the table. If I'm earning 20K a month, maybe I can ask Usisi that's earning 5K a month what she's bringing to the table. But a lot of these sisters are earning 50K a month. They've got to auntie, okina, washa, pega, they've bought my townhouse, my complex, my what they drive 2 cars. So again, when you go to those sisters who you're already earning less, asking what she brings to the table, you're rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Opposite applies. Sisters, you know you broke. Stop asking guys that earn more than you what they bring to the table. Because we as now. It's only when playing fields are fair. When we're talking about a sister and a brother in their 30s, in the same space, get used to being a step parent. And it's cool being a step parent. Who says it's bad? You know. So I've got 3 kids, so by my step parents, hit me up in the DMs. Anyway, with that being said, guys, in Gantanda, I hope this sparks a great conversation where we all grow. I know many people won't agree with me. I know people will go at me. That's okay. As long as we're respectful and as long as we teach each other. There's many things that I have blind spots to, and maybe some of the comments will help me grow and make me see life a bit differently. Yes, I understand social rules and social norms aren't the same for women and men. I get that, but let's also be fair in our thinking. Let's not be cognitively lazy. So anyway, Ngantanda, guys, please share this video as much as you can. Because I was so passionate rushing here to make this video. Share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Sure.